G'day guys, welcome back to Wombat Gaming. Today I'm going to be showing you what I believe is the best build for a sniper in Starfield. Going to be showing you what guns I'm using. I love the sniper build. I'm going to show you what skills you need to have. I'm also going to show you the weapons that I'm using and also the mods that I've put on this particular weapon. It's not going to be too hard to figure out what I'm using. It is the hard target. So we'll be showing you how to set that up, and I'll also be showing you where to get it as well. So let's just do some demonstrations now and see. I'm not sure what they're shooting at. Shooting at something, probably just the wildlife. Let's see how good this is. Just bear in mind, my character is, I think, a level 89. I'm playing on hard, and I'm on a level 75 system though, so you can see one-shot kills on these guys. So let's see if we can find somebody else to knock off. There's got to be some other people around. There's a captain down there at 62. They weren't really that good at shots. Obviously you want to get nice and high if you can, and use the distance advantage on this particular gun if you can. The good thing about this particular gun too, it will highlight enemies sometimes behind. I like to be just patient with these guys. Try not to, if you want to waste ammo. There we go, boom. It's got a pretty good range on it as well. So if we can find someone at a decent distance, I think there's some people up that back. Got another guy just hiding here. No, I don't think I can get him from here. And we have some guys at the back here. Let's see if we can take these guys out from here. There we go, 2 shots, and that's pretty good distance. You can see he was 260 XP, so that was probably a captain. 2 shots. Robots is the only thing this probably does not do as well with, and that's why I carry a backup gun. But if you got them at this kind of distance, it gives you plenty. Even with a reload, the robot didn't get close to me before I could take it out. What else we got? See if we can find some. We've got someone else shooting at us. See if we can figure out where that is. There's someone up there. 2 shots, and we have one guy here as well. We can just see the back of his pack, and there you go, he's gone as well. So you can see the range is absolutely awesome. The punch in regards to power. Maybe I didn't take him out on that first go. Definitely took him out then. And we have someone here as well. There might be. I got 10 XP for that. I probably did take him out. Oh no, there he is. Alright, there we go. He's down. Okay, so you can see the gun performs awesome. If you do get stuck in a close combat situation, then you'd be using. My go-to gun is this one here, the Big Bang. So this one is pretty awesome. And I'll show you all the stats on those as well. So let's head on to a mod bench. I'll show you how I've got this set up. I'll show you what armor I'm using. And then we can also go through how to get the hard target. And let's head there now. Alright guys, let's take a look at the mods that I have installed on these 2 guns to help you guys. I think investing in skills like this and doing research on mods is definitely worth it. It will take a average gun and make it into a monster killer. So just bear that in mind. This is how I get the damage up on these particular guns so high, is by using mods and also combining that with the skills that I have. So let's take a look at the hard target first. The barrel, this one, there are a few different barrel types you could use on this one. It depends on your playstyle. I've tried out the bull barrel, the fluted barrel, and the stabilizing barrel. I decided that I really like the fluted barrel. I don't know, it just seems like that one just works for me. So, but this particular first one, I would say just play around with either of those 3 if you like, and just see how you go. This one is not that critical. It really isn't a lot of difference. As you can see, the mass just changes with the fluted. It just basically helps with recoil control. And I do like that recoil to be really controlled. So that's the way I like that one. If you go to the second one, the laser, there is really only one choice in my opinion for the sniper rifle, and that is the recon laser sight. This one marks your enemies while aiming and greatly increases the accuracy of your gun as well. So that is a definite must. Put that definitely on your sniper rifle, whether it be the hard target or a different gun, a different rifle. And if we have a look at the optics, I've got the recon scope, which also marks enemies while aiming, so that way you're getting a double shot on the aiming. Muzzle wise, I go for the suppressor. It's really good for if you want it to be quiet. It keeps that fire really low. The sniper rifle, I mean, you can use a different mod here if you want to. You would probably be getting greater range if you weren't using the suppressor. So that would be with these two, you'd be getting an extra, what is it, an extra 20, about 20 meters of range. So that is something to consider. But as soon as you fire off your first shot, the enemy are going to know where you are. So there's no sneak tactics. That's why I like the suppressor. And if we have a look at the grip and stock, I like the tactical grip. There is only two to choose from here at the moment. I've got the standard grip or the tactical. So the tactical is definitely going to be the one you're going to go for. What else we got here? So we have the magazine and batteries. This is where you put a lot of power into your gun. So there are a few things that you can use here. The penetrator rounds are pretty good. These ones will basically pass through multiple enemies. So if you've got a couple of guys standing close together and you manage to line them up, you can actually take out two people in one go. I've tried that before. The other one that I would probably consider is armor piercing. As you can see though, the actual damage gets lowered quite considerably. You lose about 50 in physics damage, but yeah, it just penetrates through really good armor. So I guess if you're coming across a lot of armored enemies, this particular mod might be the preferred option. Just losing that 50 in physics, it may scale out to be about the same anyway, because the people that you're taking out have armor, unless you are going for those headshots. And I tend to go for those headshots wherever I can, so I'm trying to avoid armor if I can. If not, I'll aim for the boost pack on the back if I can as well. There's also the tactical magazine, but again, you lose power again. So I definitely recommend going for the penetrator rounds. There is a large magazine. It'll allow you to carry double, have 10 in your mag instead of 5. But really, the cost of losing, you're losing 100 in damage by taking that large magazine. I'd rather be at distance and then hit that reload after 5. So, all right, and this one here, basically, you've got two choices, really. You have got the high powered, which is what I've got. I've gone for pure damage on this one again. That's how I get the 600 on this one. There is high velocity, but, you are getting a far better range with high velocity. You can see it's 162. High powered is a little bit lower, but I think you can, 136 meters away from someone, you can get pretty close to people, and that's not an issue. So at the moment, there are no skins, so the default skin is on there. Hopefully that's something that Bethesda will introduce into the game at some point. It'd be pretty cool to be able to find skins for your guns and armor and things like that. So we'll wait and see whether they actually do something like that. That would be pretty cool. Okay, so that's the first gun. This is definitely, the hard target is my go-to for sniping. I just love the raw power from it, and it's usually a gun I will use at a long range anyway. So the second gun I'm using is the Big Bang. This is my preferred shotgun. There are other different shotguns you can use, and I just prefer this one. I do go for the hard target as a rifle at distance, and then this Big Bang I go for close range. You can still see that it's got pretty good range. It's got 30 meters of range on it, which is pretty good, and it's quite a powerful gun as well. You can see that the physics is 220 and energy is 821, so I've managed to max this out as much as I can. You can see the barrel is extended, so the mods on this one, I've gone for the extended barrel. It basically just gives me a little bit more range and a little bit more accuracy. If you're going for the laser, recon laser sight is the one to mark your enemies, so definitely go for that one if you can. It does help if you're wanting to mark an enemy through a wall or something. We got the optic, the reflex sight. So there are iron sights or reflex. Obviously you're going to go for the reflex. The muzzle, I've gone for focused on this one. You can lose a bit of damage without the focused. Focused is really good. Basically drives all that energy into one small area. Although, you know, I guess the downside is if you're wanting to use it as a spread like a shotgun, then you probably wouldn't use that one. But I tend to find that that focused nozzle with the extra damage is absolutely amazing. We have the grip and stock. So just two choices here I've got at the moment. So I'm definitely going for that one. And then we have the eliminator rounds. These particular bad boys are pretty lethal. So they give you a disease-like effect that will spreads to the target that gets too close. So that is banned by every government apparently. So that's the one that I'm using. And then internal, we have the amplifier. So this one, as you can see, if I left it on no mod, you would be 192 620, but with that it's 220 to 821. There is overclocked, of course, but it just gives you a faster fire rate. So definitely going for the amplifier. All right, there are two guns that I'm using at the moment. I will show you the spacesuits that I'm using at the moment. So at the moment, I'm a big fan of Bounty Hunter. It is the heaviest suit, so just bear that in mind. Its mass is 20 for the actual suit, and this one is a legendary version of it. I love this one though. It gives me an extra 40 carry weight, so it's sort of the mechanized. I only got this a few days ago, and very happy with this drop. So it's got the chameleon. It can blend into the environment. We're not moving as well. Great for the sniper. And it has the weapon holsters, so I can carry more weapons as well. So if you're looking at something, I don't need money at the moment, but if I was, I could just pick up lots of weapons and it's not going to affect my weight too much. I get 50% less carry and also that extra carry weight with the mechanized. So that's my favorite. Bounty Hunter, as you can see, gives you pretty good high stats. So if you are looking for a Bounty Hunter suit, check out my video on redoing the Mantis quest. In the Mantis lair, there is a Bounty Hunter suit. They're an advanced version. You can get, obviously, legendary versions dropping from enemies, high-level enemies, but the advanced version early game is available to anyone. So make sure you head on to that video to have a look where you can get that particular Bounty Hunter suit. All right, as far as packs go, I'm using a Bounty Hunter pack as well. This one's just got, you know, high physics, energy, etc. So it's also legendary. Also using a Bounty Hunter helmet as well. Just finding that these particular ones, they do way more, but I guess the benefits from the damage reduction, the physics and energy, all that sort of stuff is very high. So pretty tanky build. You could use this particular armor for a tanky build or any kind of build really. The only thing it wouldn't be good at is if you were using it for sneaking. It just weighs a lot, and Bethesda seem to think that, you know, the more your armor weighs, the more detectable you would be. So this would be a terrible choice if you were wanting to sneak around and not be noticed. So yeah. All right, well, we'll head on now to the location where you can get the hard target. I'll show you at least two locations where you can get in it, the hard target, not the legendary one. That's a drop, of course. You're going to get that at a high level. Pirates tend to be the ones that drop them the most from me, I find. So I always head for areas that at the moment we are out on the very far right of the map. I always tend to, when I'm looking for gear, focus on all of these sort of systems out here. They're all level 75s, and I always play on the hardest level as well. So if you are not able to play on the hardest level out here because of your character's level, make sure that you at least spawn in on these locations or going to these, you know, rooms on that level and then drop it down to your, you know, what you can play it. That guarantees you the better drops. All right, we're going to head off to show you where you can get the hard targets, and we'll see you there. All right, guys, we're at our first location for where you can get the hard target if you're after one. Now, it is level capped, so just bear that in mind. We are in the volley system, and that is just to the right of Alpha Centauri. So just here in volley, if you hop into the system, we're at the neon, which is over here to the right. So volley alpha. And you can see we're in the neon core. So if you've got a direct link, just head to the neon core. If you haven't got one, just go to the spaceport and take the elevator to the neon core. When you do come in here, you'll be facing the spaceport terminal lift. So this is where you come out. Now you just have to turn to the right here and head down this way. There's a trade authority. There's a building here. It's called Neon Tactical. So if you head into Neon Tactical, these guys sell weapons. And if you talk to this guy.
Yeah? If you've got the credits.
Now, I just thought, obviously looking through damage, I've got a mod for my inventory running at the moment. So if you have a look here, he's got the mag sniper up here, so you can get that one if you want to at the moment. And let's have a look. There we go. We got a hard target here. So if we just get rid of this for a second, where's that hard target again? Here it is, Professional's hard target. Had some mods already installed on this one, which is kind of cool. And the damage, as you can see, is if you compare it, I've got the wrong gun on at the moment. Let's quickly change that out and compare.
Need a weapon? Maybe some ammo?
All right, let's have another look at this. So the hard targets, there it is there. And V for comparing. You can see that the difference here between his and mine is about a little less than 200 physical damage difference, and there's a small amount of energy damage, and that's due to the mods that are on it anyway. So if you have a look at the he's got the suppressor, and he's got the white hot rounds, so that's probably the difference there. Still has a recon laser sight, so the bull barrel is not too bad. Long scope, still not too bad, so it's actually not a bad weapon. Obviously my character level is level 88, so this is going to make a big difference in your character level. But this is the location if you are after a hard target, so head to this location and get yourself that one. And if he doesn't have it in his inventory, the best way to reset this guy is just to head out here and take a sit on this bench here, wait 24 hours, and he should reset. Just keep doing that until he has it. I've noticed I've had to come here a couple of times, and to refresh him, it's taken me 2 or 3 sits sometimes, but this time I got lucky. He had it straight up. So you just sit down on the bench, wait 24 hours, go back in and see him, and he should have the hard target at some point. So guys, I hope this was helpful. I've shown you where to get the hard target. I've shown you the hard target in action. I've shown you what mods and armor I'm using for this sniper build. Let's have a look at the skills now. So don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you are looking for more content on Starfield. So let's have a look at my skills. All right guys, let's talk about the special skills that you'll need for the sniper build. So I'll start with the physical. The one that I'm going for straight up is going to be stealth. So stealth increases your ability to sneak, obviously, but it has a suppressed weapon. So if you're using a suppressed, like I said on my gun, I showed you the suppressor on your rifle. The suppressor will grant you in the first level additional 5% sneak attack damage, and then that goes to 10, then 15, and then 20. So this is worth leveling up if you are using a suppressed gun, and if you have your sniper rifle with a suppressor, that is then a suppressed gun. So make sure you're using stealth as one of your options. The next one would be just straight to the combat tree. We have ballistics. That's pretty self-explanatory. This sniper rifle is a ballistics weapon, so max that out as quickly as possible. That gives you an extra 30% damage when it's maxed out. So, and well, at rank 3, the damage, but you also get an additional 30% in a weapons range with that maxed out as well. All right, so the next one we need is the rifle certification. So rifle certifications will give you, at its rank 3, will give you 30% more damage. And then if you want faster reload, rank 4. So that one, not necessarily, if you want to save a skill point, you could go to rank 3 and leave the skill point till later if you want to. We have marksmanship. This one here up to a rank 3 will give you a 15%, so increased critical hit chance with non-automatic ranged weapons by 15%. So that's pretty good. And if you do max it out, I didn't bother with maxing this one out. You the weapon without a scope do double damage. So obviously mine has a scope, so there's no point in using this one if you're not using if you're using a non-scoped weapon, of course, like a machine gun type weapon, then that would be the way to go. But I went to max 3, rank 3. I'd say go there for sure. Then rapid reloading, something that I chose to do. It just helps reload your weapons, and obviously this one is reload particle beams, but ballistics is rank 1, so that's basically the one you need for the sniper. You don't need to go any higher for that one. It's just that I'm using some energy weapons as well with my shotgun. So the ballistics one on that is rank 1. You only need to put the 1 point in there. Now, if you can get there, obviously these 3 down the bottom are pretty good across the whole range. So attacks, do ignore 15% of armor, and then 30, then 50. So that's pretty good. And then enemy armor is decreased by 25% for 6 seconds after a critical hit. So armor penetration is pretty good. We have crippling. And this one, I've only got it to rank 2 at the moment. So humanoid enemies have 50% increased chance to not naturally recover from a down state. So you'll notice when you get a captain or somebody in a down state, if you don't kill them up straight away, they'll manage to get themselves back up again. This one will halve that, which is pretty good. So definitely, one that you should sort of look at. So this one, I'll try and get to rank 4 as soon as I can as well. You now do 100% more damage to downed enemies, but that only works for when the enemy is downed, so just bear that in mind. If they're already downed, it's probably not necessary. So yeah, probably save those 2 points. Then we got sharpshooter. So you're increasing the headshot. I do, like I said, a lot of headshotting. I try to ignore armor and go for head if I can, or I'll aim for the boost pack. But critical damage by 50% with ranged weapons, and then critical damage to legs by 50% with ranged weapons, and then 50% with increase all critical damage by 50. And yeah, and then we get to the last one, ranged critical hits. Increase your critical hit chance with all ranged weapons by 25% for 20 seconds. So I've kind of left that one. I'm happy with the first 3 at the moment. And the only one I haven't worked on yet that I've completely kind of skipped over is the scoped weapon Aesthetia. So I have got the ability to unlock this once I get a point. But I find the hard target is pretty steady already. That's why I kind of left this one. And I don't tend to hold my breath with this gun. I notice with the Bowwolf, you need to, it's a bit swayy, and you do need to hold your breath with it. So with the mods that I've put on the hard target, if you noticed in the first run, if you want to go back and look at it, it's actually really, really steady. So I didn't bother putting any points into this at the moment, because you need to get to rank 3 for me to really get anything. Headshots while aiming with a scope weapon have a 25% critical hit chance, and then 50% more damage while using a scope. So yes, rank 4 would be of benefit, and I will work on that eventually, because these 2 here are going to be helpful. But the first 2 for me at the moment aren't really a priority, so I was concentrating on other things. But this will be the one that I go for next. So that would be pretty much it. They're pretty much the only things that you need, guys. I hope this video was helpful in some way. Make sure that you hit that like button. If it was, consider subscribing. I'm going to be putting more Starfield content out every week. So hit that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks again, guys. This is Wombat out.